polio. The CDC is now urging millions of American travelers to get vaccinated before leaving the country. Joining us, as you see, is Dr. Todd Erland. Great to see you, Dr. T. This is your health. CDC just released a list of more than 30 countries, and take a look. Polio was detected in the past 12 months. Take a look at some of them here. Some of the most popular destinations are the United Kingdom, Spain, Germany, Poland, Finland. How would you describe the risk of getting infected?
Okay, so the risk of actually getting polio is extremely low, especially if you're vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, you're not going to get infected. I want to be clear, in these countries, it's not that there's an epidemic of polio. They're seeing polio in the wastewater.
I got you.
Just like, you remember we used to detect COVID in the way.
Right.
So polio is, so therefore, if you are unvaccinated, it's possible you could get infected. Again, it's going to be rare, but I think the CDC is doing it right. This is a level 2 advisory. It means it's not that you don't go, it's proceed with caution. Make sure that you've been boosted if you're going to one of these countries. Get a booster. Talk to your provider to know whether you need a booster or not.
You nailed it. I was going to say, as a young boy, I was vaccinated, but that was many years ago. So do I need a booster if I'm going? What I need to do something?
The answer is, if you go to one of these countries like the UK, like Spain, Germany, places that we like to travel, the answer is yes, you should get a booster.
Well, so what's the risk of getting polio here in the United States?
The risk is extremely low. Why? Because most of us are vaccinated, okay? But remember back in 2022, just 4 years ago, remember that case from Rockland County, New York? There was a case of paralytic polio 4 years ago. Importantly, that person, that young adult, did not travel internationally. So acquired it somehow, we don't know how, locally, and then when they tested the wastewater in Rockland County and a neighboring county, they saw that there was circulating polio. Again, it's a stark reminder that if you're vulnerable, if you're susceptible, you just want to make sure that you get vaccinated, so you don't have to worry about it. Check off the box.
How easily can one infection spread?
So paralytic polio is rare. Even if you get polio, the risk of getting paralysis is less than 1%. In some reports, it's closer to like 1 in 1,000. Okay, but you know, this is, go back to the 1950s before the vaccine. In 1952. It was a bad year. There were over 50,000 cases of paralytic polio. Again, you've heard me say this time and time again. We want to know that history teaches us what would happen if we were a vulnerable population. But again, we're not. So in the U.S., this is not something you need to panic about. It's not like there's going to be an epidemic of polio in the U.S. But you just want to make sure, especially if you're going to travel to one of these places, that you're immunized.
Just parenthetically, I'm shocked that in 2026 we have been spending time on the air talking about measles and polio, which we thought were gone.
Listen, I did not think we'd be talking about this today.
All right, Dr. T, thank you so much.
Take care.